Alright friends, welcome back. This is episode number 47, and as promised we will be taking on the rest of the Mossdeep gym, including its gym leaders Tate and Liza today. But before we do that, I want to make sure we get all of our moves in order, so let's actually start with some TMs, and then we'll go to the moves leader. Make sure everybody is in tip-top shape. Everyone's level 40 except Eve, because I figured we'll still have some gym trainers to face, so she's pretty close. She should hit 40 in no time. But I did want to do, okay, obviously Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb can be learned by Metang. I would not have guessed that. It's a special move though, high base power, but probably not the best move to teach it. So, I'm not going to, but it's very tempting. Alright, there's the Sludge Bomb. I did forget to reorder our moves. Nobody can learn Dark Pulse, but I did also have, what else did I have? Shadow Ball. And I was keeping, Toxic Spikes, because I was waiting, and actually, ooh, a lot of Pokemon can learn Shadow Ball, so that's pretty good. I didn't realize Bintang could learn Shadow Ball either, but it makes sense. Shadow Ball is one of those moves that, like, a decent amount of non-Ghost type Pokemon can actually learn. It's funny, actually, Roselia is very close to her final moveset, but I do want to replace Giga Drain with Petal Dance at some point. That's why I haven't evolved Lily yet. Also, I haven't found a Shiny Stone, but I think there actually is one that we may have just maybe missed, or I feel like I read a while ago where it was, and it wasn't like that far along in the game, but I'm not too worried yet. I didn't realize I could teach it to Matang. I'm not going to teach it to Dan because he has Crunch, which is... Ghost and Dark type moves are very similar in their coverage. The only difference is that Ghost doesn't affect normal types, whereas um, Dark is not good against fighting. I guess Dark is also not good against Fairy too, so there are some differences, but um, they're both super effective against Ghost and they're both super effective against Psychic, so very similar. And I think Dan has a, well, I actually think he has a higher special attack stat, so I'm wondering why I didn't think of that before. Is there a reason to not to use Shadow Ball over that? We'll have to check that out. Um, Alright, so which move do I want to give up? I guess it's nice having both these speed moves, but Rock is a little less accurate, so it's going to be a mistake, but we're going to go with that. I do think that'll be very useful for this next gym, though, so that makes me a lot more confident. Not that I didn't have faith in our team, as they were. Alright, also, we are going to go ahead and teach Surf to Dan as well. I'm not sure he even had a chance to use Blizzard, but coverage-wise, like I said, it's a better move, and Loudry can't learn Surf, but Exploud can, which is why I waited and did Blizzard in the meantime. Now we'll have really good coverage. In fact, he will be very close to his final moveset as well, though I do want to replace Overheat with Flamethrower at some point. I'm going to keep Overheat because, like I said, it's a coverage move, which makes it, a little better. Whereas if it was a stab move, like for Blaziken, Fire Blast would have been, and is my preference. Alright, well, yeah, let's check anything else here. Not really. I feel like I was forgetting something, but I guess not. Checking Dan's stats real quick. So special attack is actually better, so I guess I could use my little type analyzer to see if it, well, it really doesn't matter that much though. So let's go ahead and do it. Worst case scenario, I could always just use the move relearner to teach Crunch again later too, so not that bad. And I already lost it again, Shadow Ball, because it's not in order, so we'll have 3 Shadow Balls in our team, which actually, now that I think about it, should make this gym easier than I thought. So maybe 40 is overkill, but probably not. Now Crunch can lower their defense stat, but Shadow Ball lowers special defense. I think Crunch is 20% chance to trigger. Shadow Ball is only 10, but still. Alright, and we taught Surf, so okay. Now the fun part. Actually, I think it's this guy, right? Move Maniac, yes. A lot of times they'll call it the Move Reminder or Move Relearner, but I guess Move Maniac is the same thing. So since we're talking about Dan, let's go ahead and go with him. Now he does learn this move at like level 58, and I almost want to wait and use it then, or learn it then when it's kind of more on par with the level in the game. But hey, he can learn it now, so why not make my Pokemon as powerful as they can be? Feel bad not letting them go to their max potential, so We are going to teach him sort of his signature attack, which is Boom Burst. I'm having a hard time convincing myself not to override Fly with Dragon Pulse, because it is, in most scenarios, better. I don't really have a good excuse, except to say that it's really useful as a utility move. So, yeah, and eventually neither one will be the final move. So, eventually Ava will have the best move set. Just in the meantime, instead of being whatever 90% efficient, she'll be 85% efficient. So, so Boom Burst is really cool. It's actually the reason I trained an Expelled or wanted to. It's a 140 base power move with it's a sound-based move. Besides that, it doesn't really have another effect. It doesn't lock you into it like Uproar does, so it's kind of like a better Uproar. But it's just, I mean, it's a super powerful stab move. It's actually, I think, did the calc, and I think unless I Mega Evolve like Blaziken, it's the strongest move on my team, or will be when all is said and done. Speaking of Blaziken, I do want to give him some more moves as well. We are going to give him Flare Blitz, which is an amazingly powerful move. It's actually stronger than Fire Blast, and it's physical base, so it'll go off his... What did I just do? Okay, there we go. I was worried I had selected a move without meaning to, but Fire Blast is in slot 1 anyway. So I'm glad we at least had a chance to use a couple Fire Blasts on that last route. Flare Blitz has more power points, more accuracy, it will do a lot more damage. The downside is that it does do a lot of recoil damage, so I don't want to be using it as my main stab move if I can help it. But luckily that brings us to our next one. Our team is going to be really powerful move-wise, so this might still be an easy gym battle, but not as easy as if I train them up to like level 44 or something. I keep thinking I'm choosing a move, but I'm not. So High Jump Kick is a 130 base power move. It also unfortunately can do recoil damage if it misses, but it only has a 10% chance of missing. So whereas Flare Blitz will do a lot of damage, and it can burn too. It'll do a lot of recoil damage every time you use it. High Jump Kick will only do a lot of damage 1 in 10 times, and it takes away half your health, I believe, if you miss. So it's very risky. But like I said, it goes to the whole like glass cannon thing I was talking about, where its job is do a ton of damage real quickly, and who cares what happens, right? Like I said, the best defense sometimes is a good offense. So I think that's everybody. I think we have some really great moves right now on our team, and they're getting to be really strong. Not their final move sets, but getting close there. Slay's probably the one that could use the most work. He has a lot of moves to learn still, but with Shadow Ball and Zen Headbutt, he's getting there. Great moveset here. Like I said, Shadow Ball or Crunch are both to cover Ghost types who resist Boom Burst. So basically, Boom Burst does so much damage, the only reason to have other moves is to use against Pokemon that resist Boom Burst. Namely Steel types, so Overheat, Rock types, so Surf, and Ghost types, so Shadow Ball. We already know about Altaria. We have great moves there, almost our final moves, great moves there. And yep, alright. I think we are good to go. We've already spent enough time chit-chatting and getting our Pokemon ready. Let's do the actual battle. Once again, it is good to have Fly. That's right, there's also an area north of Mossdeep. My plan if we didn't get enough XP just doing the stuff we did last episode was to kind of go more in the water and face some more trainers, but we'll just face them afterwards instead. And we should all be healed up, so no reason to go back. Alright, we can do a puzzle too, that'll be fun. Already talked to this guy and already done the first little dude here. Alright, so that changes the path there, so can't go left, we can go back down, and then we can go right. Looks like there are a lot of trainers in this gym too, so that's pretty cool. A lot of warm-ups before we face Tate and Liza. I can't get enough of the way you go floating up softly in this gym. Yeah, it does seem pretty fun. Maybe a little nauseating, but pretty fun. Another Kadabra! Cool Pokemon, always liked Kadabra and Alakazam. Very powerful in Gen 1. Alright, 1 level higher. But I think we can take him. Too bad we don't know any physical moves. So it does know Psychic, that's a really good move. Ooh. Alright, Eve, give it your best shot. Can we do more than half? Oh, sweet, that's actually more than I thought we would do. So, unless he gets a crit... Oh, recover. That's okay. This is why it's not the best move to teach a Kadabra, is because its defenses are weak. Special defense is okay, but means even with its special defense there, I was able to do more than half in one shot, so recover really wasn't gaining any ground. Alright, Medicham. It might have softened up Eve enough for Medicham to do some major damage, though. Psych Up. Not sure why it used Psych Up. Copied stat changes I do not have. It's another move that I would have thought, if you would have told me you would use Psych Up in competitive battling, I'm not sure I would have believed you back in Generation 1, because it seemed like the most useless move, because like, how often does your opponent use a stat boosting move? And if they do, it's like speed or something, which is like, it's not worth using a move slot over, let alone like a turn in battle. But it actually became very useful when Xerneas was very popular in competitive battling, because a good counter strategy to Xerneas, and everybody has Xerneas, or almost everybody, you could use a Pokemon like Kyogre or Lunala and teach them Psych Up, so that if your opponent used Geomancy and then you copied their changes, now you had a Pokemon that was super powerful as well. Plus you could still have your own Xerneas, so I remember watching one battle where there were like 3 powered up Pokemon, like a Xerneas on each side and like a Lunala that had copied it, or a Kyogre, can't remember, I think it was Lunala, but it was just like, it was a lot of very powerful Pokemon on the field. Alright, changing the switch again. Can we just go over this way? Looks like we can. But yeah, once Xerneas became a little less popular, Psych Up did as well. Just better moves to teach your Pokemon. I'm gonna keep Eval for a little bit, just to, why not? They're all 40, might as well. She has a nice neutral matchup against these Psychic types too. Although she will have a super effective matchup against Claydol, who is Ground and Psychic. Not a one-shot, because Claydol really is that defensive. Again, Power Swap, I wouldn't do that, because I guess he was predicting me to use a power boosting move, I'm not sure. You think for Psychics they would have better predictive powers. It's almost like it's not a real thing, although it is real in Pokemon, clearly, just, not in real life. Probably says Salamence for some reason. Definitely gonna get some sleep after this, but alright, so Starmie is Water and Psychic. It will resist Surf and Blizzard, but it will not resist Hyper Beam. Assuming I can get past this confusion. Hopefully Starmie does not know Thunderbolt. I really like Starmie. It's, maybe one of my top 10, top 15 Gen 1 Pokemon. Has a really good move pool, it's fast, it can recover. Again, maybe not the best move for Starmie, although it could be. Well, it didn't actually do much damage at all, so that's kind of gonna make this tough. Especially if it does no recover. I could try to freeze it. I think, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and switch, because otherwise this is gonna be a very long battle. But I'd probably win eventually, but in the interest of time, I'll probably better off just switching. Actually, Starmie is pretty good in competitive battling, because it can learn Rapid Spin, which is very useful. Yeah, what's Blizzard's freeze chance? Is it 30 or... I think it's just 10. So let's not rely on it. Let's bring out Lily and hope that Starmie does not use a Psychic attack. This could be a big mistake, because Lily's Grass type is better against Starmie's Water type, but Lily's Poison type is weak to Starmie's Psychic type, so they're actually pretty balanced. And Starmie is very fast, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, it's faster, but it just used Confuse Ray. Yeah, because Starmie could learn Rapid Spin, it made it very useful for getting rid of entry hazards like Stealth Rock. And then, there's that Recover again. And then because it could use Recover, it could have good staying power. And then you could teach it like some combination of like Surf, Thunderbolt, and Ice Beam for just good attacking moves. Alright, so we got a lot of health back. It's cool that right now we have a lot of offensive Pokemon, but we also have a lot of Pokemon with good recovery moves, so a very balanced team, I'd say. But of course we will eventually replace Giga Drain. Alright, next switch. Alright, so far this hasn't been too much of a puzzle. It's been more of a, ooh. Maybe now it is, though. It's been more of just kind of going from platform to platform and hitting some switches. An ominous feeling about me. Wonder why that could be. Oh, a Chimecho. That's a pretty weak Pokemon. A very forgettable one, if you ask me. It does have a pre-evolution Chingling in the next generation, but if anything, Chingling I think is even more forgettable. Alright. Gonna go with good old-fashioned Surf. It is higher level, though, so there is that. Upper I'm not too worried about. If she had more than one Pokemon, I might use Recover there to play it safe, but Since she doesn't, I'll just heal up with berries afterwards. Oh, it does have a little bell ring. That's cool, though. Level 41. Safeguard. Not really going to bother with that. I knew I would lose a bad omen. Alright, let's go ahead and I'll bring out, let's bring out, sure, Dan, why not? We can give Uproar, not Uproar, Boom Burst a try. Alright. Curious where this goes. Probably back to that first platform dude. Yep, and we haven't been down here yet, so let's face him actually. Kind of a little... Can I not go down there? Why not? Certainly looks like I should be able to. Oh, I see. It's a one-way thing. I didn't realize that. It's only the one that's lit up is the direction you can go. Uh-huh, that makes it a little trickier. Oh, so is this the gym leader? It is. Excuse me while I teleport away, because I want to face your other trainers first. And heal up. What if I just leave? Will that reset things? Might have to leave and reset. Because like I said, you can't come back and, Oh, is it just unlocked now? Maybe it stays this way. Well, tell me I can reset it, though. There's gotta be a way to reset it. Wow, I guess I just can't face their other trainers then. So not only was that a really easy puzzle, that's disappointing, because I can't reset. I can't go in any of these side paths. I can go straight to Tate and Liza, but once I get there, it's just teleport back to the start, or, yeah, I guess that's it. I feel like there were like 2 more trainers that I could have faced, so that's unfortunate, but, I guess it is what it is. So, okay. Now, I do know this is a double battle, so, let's be a little strategic here. Now, how does Boom Burst react in a double battle? I don't think I can see that in-game, so let me just look it up. It might affect like all your opponents, I wouldn't be surprised. It will affect all Pokemon adjacent to the user. Let's give it a shot though, and let's do Slate and Dan, because Dan will resist it at least. And Dan's weak to, no, he's resistant to Psychic, so maybe I should keep Dan safer. Maybe I should go for a more tried and true strategy, like Ava and a Bulldoze Pokemon like Slate. You know what, let's have some fun. Let's use Boom Burst and see what happens. Why not? I think either way this might be kind of easy, but here we go. Alright, is everybody healed up? Do I need to use like Lepa Berries? I guess I probably should to be safe. We do a little bit of extra time I didn't expect to have. I expected to be facing a few more trainers, but I will stop complaining about it. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, Tate and Liza, the Psychic Twins. Let's do this. Very cool gem too, I will give them that. I think even the original gym was actually pretty cool though for its time. Clearly they're fraternal twins, a boy and a girl. Hey, 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 were you surprised? Tee hee hee, were you surprised? That there are 2 gym leaders. We're twins. We don't need to talk because we can each tell what the other is thinking. All in our minds. Well, must make them very good at double battles, unsurprisingly. This combination of ours, can you beat it? One way to find out. Oh, and they can float. Very powerful. Let's see if their Pokemon are equally powerful. So 2 or 4. So far this game's taken more after Ruby and Sapphire than Emerald, which makes me thinking it's going to be 2, but I really hope it's going to be 4. Alright, here we go. Hoenn versus Tate and Liza. Gym Battle 7, and it's only 2. Those are their best. Maybe they'll be high level at least. I guess it might be hard to use Boom Burst against them, because Boom Burst is normal types, so I guess Shadow Ball is actually our best bet, ironically. Or I could use Surf, which is super effective, but it affects all 3. So even though Surf is a little more powerful and would do more damage, the fact that it affects Slate as well. If I had a Pokemon that was immune to it, I would switch, but I don't, so let's use Shadow Ball. And I can't use Bulldoze because Soul Rock and Lunatone both have Levitate, so... let's just use Shadow Ball, and let's gang up on one Pokemon. That's probably the best strategy here. Interested to see what these guys can do. My thought is unfortunately not much, because Solrock and Lunatone, they're okay, but they're one of those examples I can talk about where I was talking about where Rock and Psychic don't really help each other at all. They just compound weaknesses. So now they're just weak to all kinds of stuff. So avoid the Hypnosis. And Sunny Day is kind of interesting because it only really affects Solrock. Will it hang on? It will. So clearly Dan has a better special attack score than Slate does. But I did get the special defense drop, so that's nice. She'll probably use a Hyper Potion. I could use Metal Claw, actually. Metal Claw might do more, it just might miss. Because it is super effective against rock types like these guys. They have so many weaknesses. You know, rock, I guess fighting. Okay, so I will say that fighting is one that is balanced out by the psychic type. But other ones are not. Yeah, so with stab, with our higher attack stat, I think it's the way to go. So there's a Hyper Potion. Between that to special defense drop, which was lucky. That Hypnosis miss was lucky too. So I will give Tate and Liza. There actually are Light Screen. They should have used that off the bat. That would have been much smarter. It's a little too late now. Yep. So they might be Psychic, but they're not very smart. If he had used that turn 1 instead of Hypnosis, they would, Solrock would still be alive right now. Alright, and now we can just double up against Lunatones. Maybe I shouldn't have trained to level 40. Maybe what we had going in would have been fine, but I was thinking they might have had like 4 Pokemon, and maybe I think they had a Slowbro last time, and maybe like a Xatu. So it could have been. You guys saw how good that one Xatu was. It could have been something. So against Light Screen, okay, so Crunch would have been better here, but that's 50-50. He could easily use Reflect instead of Light Screen. You can see how little that does because of the Light Screen. Psychic did a little more than half, so Lunatone is definitely doing a good job, but that by not using Light Screen first and by missing that Hypnosis, I think that kind of sealed its fate. Oh, hung on by a thread. Hypnosis. Oh, hits. Okay. Oh, but it went for Exploud, not Dance. So as long as this Metal Claw hits, 95% chance we're about to win here. Yeah, it would have been smarter to... I don't know. I think it could have won anyway, but turns out Dan and Slate are actually a pretty good team. Alright, well, sorry that was a little bit easier than I thought it would be, but I blame Tate and Liza for not having very good Pokemon and only having 2. And those Pokemon and not playing smart. So just lots of blame to go around, but it can't be helped. You've won. So take this in recognition. I don't even know, is this Psychic maybe? That wouldn't be too surprising. Mind Badge, oh obviously right, we get the badge first. And allows us to use Dive, if I can find Dive. Calm Mind, okay, that makes sense. See, they didn't actually use Calm Mind. That's the same team they had last time too. It's a cool ability. It, like they can say, it raises their special attack and special defense, so... I wonder if, I don't think Melodic can learn it, surprisingly enough. There may be a harsher ordeal ahead for you and your Pokemon, but that's alright. You and your Pokemon aren't alone. You have each other. That's why I want you to face whatever troubles may come your way. Head on and full of courage. Thank you, Tate and Liza. I will certainly do my best. So I'm not sure which of our Pokemon can learn Calm Mind, but I'm not going to teach him anyway. It's an okay move. It based your offense and your defense, but I'd rather have a different open move slot. Wow, you're astonishing. You're one great trainer. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Even though that was pretty easy. Ooh. Ooh, that's right. Here we go. There are going to be some hard battles up ahead. I forgot things get started as soon as you leave this gym. Yeah, the first game, the first region to have like a real exciting plot line. I'm excited. Well, look who's here. All the townsfolk, and looks like Steven's home. Whoa, whoa, what? A pillar of light appeared from the sea. That direction, is that the direction of Route 128? Whoa, dude, seriously, dude? Heh, this is the end of the world. Skitty, don't worry, calm down. Skitty. Whoa, that was like a total shocker. What the heck is that? That big fat pillar of light. It totally came out of here, didn't it? Oh, I think it's happened. I think Archie's dream is coming true. But for the rest of us, it's going to be a nightmare. Owen, I heard from little Tate and Liza that you visited their gym. I was thinking of trying to catch you while you were in the area, but then this happened. We should talk. Let's go to my place. Glad Steven is staying calm. We need level heads in a situation like this. End of the world scenario. Yes. I suppose I should welcome you to my home. Please forgive the rather sparse decor. Oh, it's fine by me. I actually kind of like it. Now, where to begin? Let us take a moment to understand what is happening to our world right now. That rumbling that shook the earth just now, the eardrum rupturing explosion we heard, they are proof that a seal, which was long hidden deep under sea, has been undone at last. Okay, so maybe that was just opening the seal to Kyogre's underwater uh, dwelling. Maybe there's still time. The super ancient Pokemon that has been sealed deep beneath Route 128 since ancient times. It slept until now in the seafloor cavern. The entrance to that cavern was sealed by the power of a certain Pokemon, all in an effort to keep any human or Pokemon from ever breaching it. But now it appears that the scheming of this terrible team has undone the seal. There is no doubt that they intend to revive the super ancient Pokemon, and once they do, it seems they hope to make its power their own. I love that idea. There's like a Pokemon that's almost like too powerful for anyone that's been buried beneath the sea long ago, and now this reckless team is uncovering and endangering everyone. It's a very compelling plot line. Hoenn, if that team obtains the power of the super ancient Pokemon, it will upset the balance of nature in this world. A crisis, unlike any other before it, will befall every living thing on this planet. I plan to do everything in my power to quell the situation. That is my duty. There is a limit to what I can do with my power alone. That is why I am asking for your help. I have great faith in your abilities. Let, lend me your strength to help put a halt to these teams' mad ambitions. With you and I and our Pokemon all working together, we will overcome this disastrous turn of events. I don't think it is out of the question. I will entrust you with this. He gives you dive. Okay. Kind of thought that might be the case. If you use dive, you will be able to dive to the ocean floor with your Pokemon. And take this so you can stay with your Pokemon even in the depths of the ocean. Devin Scuba Gear. Cool. If you were to use dive in the correct stretch of water along Route 128, I believe you should be able to reach the entrance to the seafloor cavern. I will join you when I finish my duties. Please do what you can to stop Team Aqua and Team Magma until then. That's right, Team Magma's involved as well. They're probably trying to stop Team Aqua, but they're also trying to do their own thing. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to all fit together. I'm really excited too. I'm trusting you to do this for me. Alright, Steven, I will not let you down. Alright guys, so we have a really powerful team. I'm wondering, the only downside is, I think Melodic can learn Dive. Poor Deanna's still asleep, we'll have to visit the Pokemon Center. Alright, good, she can. So, I don't want to teach her Dive from like a, a battle standpoint, because I already have Surf, and it's just definitely better than Dive, especially for Eve. But, I would have an overall stronger team by teaching Eve Dive than I would by replacing one of my team members with a filler HM Pokemon that could learn Dive. So I'm also actually looking at her moves. I'm okay getting rid of Blizzard because I have the TM. I can teach it back to her anytime. And as I mentioned before, Surf and Hyper Beam actually have perfect coverage in this generation. There's no Pokemon, at least I'm pretty sure there's no Pokemon, that can resist both. So, I'd rather have Blizzard for coverage against like Dragon types and Grass types, but I can always use Hyper Beam, so, it's something. And we can always use the move deleter to get rid of Dive later in the game, once we're done exploring a bit. Alright, so I'd really love to go like north and explore like the Shoal Islands are really cool. I don't know if you need Dive for them or not. I don't think you do. There's some cool stuff up there that I haven't seen, so maybe I should have done that first in retrospect, but we did enough kind of filler stuff. I'm glad to actually get the chance to, I guess we could have trained there instead of training elsewhere, but either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing all the routes down by the Sea Marvel and all that. Probably not something you see on too many Let's Plays, I would imagine. The Sea Marvel you probably do, but not like the trainers out there. But we will definitely do the islands. I think I'm probably going to do the plot first, because I don't like the idea of like I want to RP this, and the end of the world can't wait. We gotta stop it as soon as we can. So I think we're gonna head down there. We'll probably face some trainers on the way, like just in the water. You think you could tell them like, hey, I'm on my way to save the world. Maybe don't attack me right now, but I don't think you can. I think they just attack you anyway. What's really cool, and I don't want to spoil anything for myself though. I'm trying to remember how this all comes together, because you do have to also visit Tetopolis, which is a really cool city, probably my favorite city in the whole game in terms of like its design. Um, and that's also where the 8th gym is. And I don't think we have to visit it yet, because I remember you can visit it kind of twice. And I guess there are different like stages of this quest, but I don't remember there really being anything more. There's got to be. I remember going without spoiling anything. I remember this next part essentially, but I don't remember anything being after that. Like I think that's where it ends in Ruby and Sapphire. But no, I also remember something else happening, so maybe I'm wrong. Um, maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, either way, I'm really excited to take on Team Aqua and see what they've awakened under the sea. So I think our team is ready for it. I'm just really proud of how strong they've all become and with the moves they have. And after all that extra training we did, I think they're going to be in really good shape to take on this team. And I feel like there might be some tough battles ahead too that might have given us the challenge that Liza and Tate could not. So anyway, I want to get some sleep, be ready for tomorrow and our big day ahead. Um, I have actually a pretty free weekend now that my Friday was so busy. So I do have some errands and things around the house to do. But besides that, I should have a decent amount of time to play. Maybe during the daytime, maybe during the night. We'll have to see how that works out. But either way, I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you join me for that.